Welcome to NINTENDOGRAM Podcast Episode 5. It is officially February and we'll be taking a look at a new digital release one of us is playing. Everything from Pokemon to Mario 64 to Mario Galaxy, as well as looking into the financial report from the last year, and I'll be testing Challis' knowledge on game sales. So without further ado, I am your host Benji Summers, and with me as always is Luke Challis.
Hello once again.
Episode 5. Let's go. So it's been longer than usual, Challis. A little gap between podcasts for our busy lives were getting in the way, but we've had a bit longer than usual to play some other stuff. What have you been playing the last 10 days or so, 14 days, I guess?
I've continued to be bad, so I've been on my PlayStation the whole time. But, yeah. I've been playing Firewatch, which, if you follow me on Twitter, you probably would have seen I've been excited for that game for a long time, ever since E3 last year.
Yeah, it does look really good, to be fair.
It is. It lived up to my expectations. It's a short game. It's not very long. It's only 5 to 6 hours, but it's not, it's not expensive either. It's priced at £15 as it is. So
is that on like a discount at launch, or is that like the standard?
15 is the standard. I got it for £13.50 because I got £1.50 discount. It's 10% off for PlayStation Plus members.
Oh, that's cool.
But, yeah. But £15, £13.50, I definitely got my money's worth. It's such a brilliant story. And I was having a conversation with someone else the other day. The narrative in that game is some of the best I've seen in a video game.
That's me just having that conversation with.
Was it? I thought it was somebody else. Okay. I probably had this conversation with a few people. I just want to tell everyone.
No, I was in the car driving to Paul, and I was saying, like, from what I've seen, probably a few months ago, I saw a little playthrough. I've probably seen like the first 2 hours maybe, but the one thing that struck me, like the dialogue, even though it's only basically 2 characters from what I saw, it just flowed so well. It just felt so natural, and there was no like awkwardness to it like some games get. I mean, it was definitely like the complete opposite to Final Fantasy X.
Absolutely. No, I hope you do play one thing, because I know you don't have a PlayStation. It's on Steam, so you could play it, but when you do get around to it one day, I know that you personally will appreciate it.
Oh, I definitely will get it, because, like I've said before on this podcast, I think as soon as, Final Fantasy 15 gets its release date, that's going to be the day I...
Is this the title?
Put aside some money. Yeah.
Fair enough.
So I reckon it'll be the fall of this year, like November, I'm guessing. So I might treat myself to it. Yeah, I don't know why I said that, but I guess I hear that term too much in gaming, and I've got my gaming mind on right now doing this podcast, so I said fall.
Fair enough.
So yeah, November, I reckon.
That's cool. So you've been playing a game a bit closer to Nintendo anyway, so you've been more behaved than I have. So what have you been playing?
So it's kind of, of course it's related to Nintendo because I played on the Wii U, but obviously it started out on the PlayStation 1, but finally we have Oddworld, Abe's Odyssey, but new and tasty. So how much do you know about the series?
Very little, because I've never played it.
Okay. So without going into too much of a tangent, my history with the Oddworld franchise is a bit of a weird one. I think it was about 1997 it came out on PlayStation 1. And
started all back in the day.
So, 1997 it came out on PS1, but to my point, I would have only been like 5 years old, 6 years old, but my brother had it. So he's 5 years older than me, but he had it. And what I used to do was common at the time, instead of going to bed like a good boy, I'd sneak out of bed and sit on like the landing outside my room, and my brother's door would usually be open a little bit, and I would sit there most nights and just watch him play games like Metal Gear Solid, Final Fantasy VII, Abe's Odyssey, stuff like that, Super Star Wars on the SNES, because even SNES games actually before he got a PS1, because he had the SNES and PS1, and then I got my first console, which is an N64. But to go on to Oddworld, that was my first sort of memory of Oddworld was just watching it and being absolutely amazed. But
the original Twitch, sitting on your landing, watching it through a doorway.
When I should have been in bed. But yeah, I just thought it looks really cool. Even I was so young, I didn't really understand, like, you know, how dark it was. But, you know, I thought it was funny that this, like, alien dude could fart and stuff like that, which is still kind of funny and weird. But, yeah, this was actually, all the way from then, I've wanted to play it, but this is actually now, the Wii U version, new and tasty, is my first playthrough of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've never actually played one of the games before. I've always wanted to, but it's sort of been hard to get hold of, where I've not... I didn't have a PS3, and I never really bothered with Steam, and it's been on like the Vita and stuff like that, PS4, which is a point. It came out on PS4 July 2014, I think. It was in the summer of 2014, this new and tasty, and we've only just got it yesterday on the Wii U.
Fair enough.
Which is a little bit naughty.
But well, better late than never, I guess.
But yeah, to the game, I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm about 6 hours in, so I only got it yesterday, so I reckon I'm about halfway, just over halfway, but there's a lot I've got to go back and do, because again, I don't know how much you know about it, but you're basically escaping from this factory because you found out the company you're working for, this food and drink they're making, they're actually using your species. They're killing your species and putting it into the food and stuff. So you're going to be ground up, and your meat is going to be in there. So you're trying to escape, get out of there, but you've got to save your buddies as well. So I think there's about 298 you've got to save, which is a lot more than the original, I believe.
So keep you busy then.
Yeah. I've got to go back through because I've missed quite a few of them where I've just been going through, not really noticing things, because I'm new to it, I guess. Now I've got a bit further in, I've kind of realised, oh, damn it, like, I should have been doing blah, blah, blah all this time. But yeah, I am really enjoying it. There's a few little gripes that are weird, like, I mean really little and weird, but I was playing it just on the gamepad, because I've been ill the last couple of days. I played it just solely on the gamepad in bed, and then a cutscene triggered, like after I finished this level, I guess. And there's no sound on the gamepad for cutscenes; just comes out of the TV.
How strange!
I know, that's really weird, right? Yeah, and there's like this one other thing, again, really, really petty, but it's more of a funny one. I don't really care about it, but when you there's a little portal you can touch with your hand to access like information. It's like a sign, I guess, and it comes up, and just on the game it says press B to go back, or press B for OK. Right. Surely it's A for OK, but all right then, whatever. But yeah, just that's.
I ain't gonna be that guy, but all right.
No, I just noticed it was a really weird thing to pick up, and I was like, oh, okay, well, that's probably like the first example of that in a game I've ever seen. So that's like a funny thing for me. But yeah, really enjoying the game. It's awesome. It's really dark and got really twisted sense to it. But yeah, it's got that sort of childish, playful sense on top of it as well, which makes it even more weird. But it's definitely a game worth trying. I would definitely 100% recommend it to you. Like,
so it's worth picking up then.
Yeah,
from my point of view.
Yeah, so far I would give it like 4 out of 5 stars if I had 5 stars to give.
Ooh. Well, speaking of games I want to play, because there's one... Well, it's not out in Europe at the moment. It's in North America. I'm fairly sure it's out in Japan. Not too sure. But it's a game called FreezeMe.
Yep.
Which I only discovered not very long ago. But basically, it's a 3D platformer in the style of the 90s one. So you've got like your Mario 64, Donkey Kong 64. It looks a lot like that.
Looks a lot like Mario Galaxy.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of people comment that. But like, it's got one little twist to it. Basically, the main character, her name is
Dora the Explorer.
It does look like Dora the Explorer. I see what you mean. But basically, she's got a camera and she can freeze objects.
Yep.
When taking the picture, so help getting through the level. So it's obviously going to be like a puzzle element to it, and it looks really enjoyable. So I'm holding out that it will come to Europe, and I'm sure it will do.
Yeah, I Yeah, I noticed that game a while ago. I think it was like one of the trailers that came out. I watched that and I was like, I had some interest in it. The only thing bothering me was just I would like to try a demo because I don't know if it's just the trailer or what. I've not actually seen gameplay, like someone properly sit down and play it, but I just feel the controls might be a little weird or a little off. I know it's not going to be like as solid as Mario, but I don't know. It's just something about it. It looks a bit. I don't quite know how to explain it. A little rough around the edges for something that's got to be precise, i.e., a platformer.
Fair enough. I still think it's got a lot of cute charm to it.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Like the worlds look great. Visually, it looks great. I thought the music was really cool. The trailer I watched. But yeah, just the only little thing worrying me, and again, this might just be a little assumption that I'm completely wrong on. Just the controls might be a little bit off. Just the way the character was jumping around and sort of handling itself in the air and stuff looked. I don't know whether it's the physics or anything like that. It just looked a little bit weird, but I'm definitely going to keep an eye out on it.
Yeah, definitely me too. I'm going to try and get a few more opinions on Twitter as well to some of the American followers I have to see how they've been getting on with the game, because it seems to be a lot more excitement about it anyway. But to reiterate my point as well about the release date, it's not out in Europe on the Wii U. You can get it on Steam right now, but for the Wii U, it's not out in Europe.
So it'll probably be like another year till we get it.
Sounds about right.
When did it come out in America?
I think it wasn't long ago. It was this year, definitely. It came out on Steam in December for us. I'm not too sure about America. I would have thought around the same time. But yeah, it went on to American or North America Wii U stores recently. This is as accurate as I can get right now. But no, I expect it to come to Europe. It's just a matter of when. Like your K-Watch.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too much translation.
No, I
like
wouldn't
that.
have thought so.
Yeah,
I think Americans speak English mostly.
Some form of it. Some form of it. Yeah, it shouldn't be a Yokai Watch situation, but we're getting that in the summer.
Is this your prediction or?
Oh yeah, I spoke to Nintendo about it.
You met up for coffee.
Well, they heard how angry I was on one of the previous podcasts, and
Reggie just can't get through his week without listening to our podcast, I'm sure.
Well, I had to give Reggie an arm wrestle, and I won.
Didn't he say he was going to kick your ass?
Reggie fears me.
So, is there any other games you can think of coming out? There must be loads. I mean, we've done essays about Twilight Princess.
Yeah, we've got Twilight Princess, which is not too far away now, 3 weeks or so, and then Pokemon Tournament.
We got Pokemon the end of this month for the eShop on the 3DS.
We do, yes.
I'm very excited. We've already didn't we decide not on the podcast which ones we're going to buy? So I think I said I was going to get blue. Yeah,
that's the point. Not that I really want to dip any more money into it, but I don't think they were previously announced, but the bundles with the transparent red, blue, and yellow 2DSs are coming to UK.
They're definitely coming to UK. I've seen pictures. I just didn't know whether we're getting them or not. So
yeah, I saw Nintendo UK tweet it today that we're getting the bundles, which look really cool, but I don't know if I want to spend that much money.
I would like one that has a bit of a novelty, a bit of a collectible, but yeah, I doubt I'm going to buy it, but there'll be people out there who buy it.
If it's like a new 3DS XL that was transparent, then
I do want to get one of the cover plates for 3DS. I love my Xenoblade one right now, but we need a bit of variety.
You need some games on that new 3DS.
We all need some games for that 3DS, okay? But, maybe. But that's it. But it seems like Nintendo are loving Pokemon at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's going to be the year of Pokemon, obviously, with the anniversary coming up. But yeah, Luigi's had his turn. It's time for Pokemon. But I'm cool with it. Like we're getting some decent things. Like Pokemon Tournament looks cool. I I think it's one of those sort of you're into it or you're not games. You're gonna have a lot of Pokemon fans that are just,
I'm
it's a fight.
very into it.
Yeah, people. It's a different genre for it.
Oh, yeah,
So people are gonna either take it or loathe it. But then you got Detective Pikachu. Hopefully, we'll get that at some point. And then you got the Virtual Console games. And then you got whatever's not announced yet because we've got a long way to go. We've still got E3. Yeah, hopefully.
Z, Z depends which country you're in.
Hmm.
See, I'm British. I've got to say Z.
But it's definitely Z. Do you say Dragon Ball Z?
JZ.
Do you say Dragon Ball Z?
It's Dragon Ball Z.
Exactly.
Okay, fair enough. I know my place now.
My point has been made.
So, yeah, but no, we got other Pokemon announcements. So we got Splatfest as well.
Oh, yeah.
Is Pokemon Red and Pokemon Blue.
Red will win.
Red.
Because
it's got to be red.
It's just got a Charizard on the cover. So.
Oh, yeah. Charizard's badass.
Exactly.
And, we got the free Pokemon stars as well being included in Mario Maker, which was today got put on. Today being Friday.
Yeah, I haven't looked at it, but I thought the sprites looked really nice.
They do. They look really cool. But yeah, I wish someone loved me like Nintendo loved Pokemon.
Happy Valentine's Day. So recently, Nintendo have published their earnings for the 9-month period ending in December of last year. So for the majority of the year, we got some statistics of sales and stuff like that for basically all their consoles at the moment, even the Wii's on there, and games. So I wanted to just test your knowledge a little bit, and
just put me on the spot a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
But
I'm in my comfort zone right now.
Before we do that, the Wii is on 101 million units, which is pretty tremendous. But I think we've known, obviously, it's on 100 million for ages now. And so that's gathering dust now. That's in the grave. But 101 million units to go out on is pretty good. Same as the Nintendo DS, like the original ones, at 154 million.
Nice.
Which is insane. I know they released like 25 different models. But, yeah. So, to keep things up to date, the Wii U is on 12.6 million.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
It's getting there slowly.
I consider that good, for a console that's supposedly dead, in some people's opinions.
Yeah. And the 3DS, so all versions of the 3DS, I believe this includes 2DS, XL, new 3DS, all versions of those, nearly 60 million.
All right.
So, when people say handheld consoles are dying or they're dead because it's all about mobile and tablet, no.
Nah, they're not dead.
It's not quite, the Game Boy, but 60 million, that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of units and a lot of games on there because it's saying a 250 million games have been sold for it. Just over 264 million.
Bloody hell.
So, yeah.
That's a lot.
Right. So, to test your knowledge, we're going to go on the Wii U million sellers list. So, these games that have sold over 1 million. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 on here. I believe there is some more.
I've got enough fingers.
I believe there is some more. But I wanted you to try
and guess which games are sold over 1 million copies.
Try and guess the top 5.
The top 5?
So you will get it. There's not a lot of games to choose from on the Wii U.
Does it have to be in order? Because that is where I'd struggle.
I want you to get the first, like the highest selling. Right.
Best-selling game on the Wii U.
Best-selling game Wii U, yeah.
Is it Nintendo Land?
No.
Well, I thought, okay. I thought it was going to be like, the Wii Sports, sells with most copies. Okay. Mario Kart.
Correct.
Yay.
Mario Kart 8, 7.24 million. Which when you think there's only 12.6 million consoles sold, that's a lot of people.
That's over 50% of owners have bought it.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, Mario Kart 8 is the best Wii U game to date.
And the best Mario Kart to date. Bingo. So, that's part of the top 5. So you've got 4 more to go. I will tell you Nintendo Land was one of them. That is in third. So you got second, fourth, and fifth to go.
Second place would be Smash Bros.
Nope, that is on there. It's fifth.
Smash Bros is fifth. Oh wow.
Yeah.
So Mario Kart.
So you got first, third, and fifth. You got second.
Splatoon to be second.
Nope.
I'm doing awful.
Splatoon is sixth.
Splatoon is sixth.
Yeah, which is sold over 4 million now, which I think's quite good for something that was doomed to fail, apparently.
In fourth, no.
Second and fourth.
I'm kind of stumped. Is Mario 3D Land in there?
Yes, but is it second or fourth?
Fourth.
Yeah.
So second.
You got in fifth, Smash Bros. Fourth, Mario 3D World. Third, Nintendo Land. Second, we don't know yet, and Mario Kart 8 top. So what is
it? Mario Maker?
No. Remember, that's not been out that long yet.
Super Mario Bros. U?
Yeah.
Hey!
Yeah, so top selling Wii U games so far, Mario Kart 8, 7.2 million. Second place, New Super Mario Bros. U, just over 5 million. Nintendo Land, just over 5 million again. Fourth place, Mario 3D World, and 4.6 million. Fifth place, 4.61 million, Super Smash Bros. Yeah, and then it's Splatoon, Super Mario Maker, this is a weird one, New Super Luigi U.
All right, fair enough.
Eighth best-selling, 2.4.
Not really, doesn't it?
And then The Wind Waker, and then Mario Party 10, and then Yoshi's Woolly World.
I really should get Mario Party 10. I wanted it when it came out, and I just forgot all about it. I'm
I'll
going
be
to get
up
it
for
one
it,
day.
but I can't see me playing it on its own.
Oh, yeah. Well, we'll get some people around one day and we'll play it.
Yeah, so 3DS.
All right.
So 3DS has sold 57.94 million. Can you guess, again, the top 5 best-selling games?
There's so many.
There is. It's going to be a bit harder, this one, I reckon.
Best-selling 3DS game... Super Mario 3D Land?
No. It is on there, though.
On the top 5?
Mm.
I reckon I'd be second?
Nope.
Third?
Nope.
Fourth?
Yep.
Hey, I got it first time.
So Super Mario Land, Mario 3D Land, is 10.6 million in fourth place.
Right. First, second, third, and fifth.
Mm-hmm.
Mario Kart 7's got to be in there somewhere.
It is somewhere, yeah.
Third?
Nope.
Second?
Yep. 13 million.
13 million?
Mm.
Right, the second and fourth. Link Between Worlds in fifth place?
No, it's not even in the top 10, which I think is weird. I want to say there is a misprint. I hope there is a misprint. But
wow, I'm surprised.
According to this report, A Link Between Worlds is not in there, but The Legend of Zelda Triforce Heroes is on 1.8 million.
What's wrong with you people?
Sorry, 1.08 million, so just over 1 million.
Right. Back to guess what? A Pokemon game's got to be in there, so Pokemon X and Y must be in there.
But where are they?
Third.
No.
Fifth?
No.
Pokemon's the best-selling game on 3DS.
Pokemon X and Y, 14.4 million top.
Nice.
And there is something in third that is very similar.
Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby?
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
11.4 million, which I think for how long they've been out compared to X and Y, that's quite a lot.
Yeah.
Unless I'm just imagining it, it don't seem like they've been out more than a year or so. I can't really remember when they came out.
Nah.
But, yeah, so you got Pokemon X and Y, top with 14 million. Mario Kart 7, 13 million. Pokemon Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, 11.46 million. Super Mario 3D Land, 10 million. And then in fifth...
Ocarina of Time?
Nope.
Professor Layton?
Nope.
I'm struggling to think of games. Not Kid Icarus, is it?
Nope.
Nope. I'm running out of games. I can't think. Tomodachi Life?
No. I will tell you, I'm going to give it away, but it's got Mario in it.
I can't remember the name of the game. I said 3D Land. I've forgotten what it's called. That's going to bug me. What is it? Just tell me. I give up. I can't think.
Yeah, you give up?
I give up. You win this round.
You collect lots of gold coins.
Oh, New Super Mario Bros. 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sold just over 10 million, which is just ahead of Animal Crossing and Smash Bros. Tamagotchi Life, Luigi's Mansion 2, Monster Hunter 4's in there. Ocarina of Time 3D is quite low down. It's about...
I'm not surprised because it's a remake, isn't it?
It's about 10th.
But 5th place for New Super Mario Bros. 2. That was above A Link Between Worlds. What is wrong with this Earth?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, guys.
Yeah, Link Between Worlds is below Happy Home Designer and Nintendogs and Monster Hunter 4. And... yeah, it's a weird one.
Oh, that is a very weird one. A little part of me is glad that Kid Icarus isn't in there as well. Now, it's a bit of a controversial point, but I really didn't like the game. I thought it was very overrated, in my opinion, and a lot of people are not happy with that opinion.
Well, it does not bother me because I've never played the game, but I didn't like the look of it, so there's no chance of me picking it up. I wouldn't pick it up for £5. I just haven't. I look at the gameplay; it's just not my thing.
No, like I go on Twitter and people talk about like it's the holy grail for the 3DS, but like I've tried so many times, I found it boring. The controls are horrible, and I just can't see the appeal to it. But that's just me, I guess.
Yeah, like I say, it doesn't appeal to me either. But something that shocked me going over the financial figures, especially for the Wii U, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze is not in the million sellers, as in it has not sold over 1 million units.
Which is strange because it's one of the best games for the Wii U, I thought.
Well, it's a really good game, but even weirder, it launched ages ago.
Yeah, that was relatively early.
I think it was February 2013.
Couldn't tell you. That sounds about right, but...
if the Wii U launched towards the end of 2012, I remember it launching just after, like a few months after. I'm sure. I might be wrong, but still, it has been out like quite a few years now, and it's not on the list, which is quite strange. Also announced recently was Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens, which I'm not trying to make too big of a deal, but it's a new game on the Wii U, and it's not first party, so there's some at least to talk about.
That's nice.
What was the last Lego game you played?
I think it was one of the first Star Wars Lego games, like really old ones.
Yeah.
I've never been much of a Lego video game person.
Yeah, I
do enjoy
I
it.
think they're okay.
Yeah.
But I might pick this up, actually. Just one, because it's Star Wars. Two, I really enjoyed The Force Awakens.
Oh, yeah, me too.
And could just... if this comes out around the same time as the DVD and Blu-ray, that'd be really, really cool.
Have they not announced a release date yet? Or window or anything like that?
What, for the game?
Yeah.
It's June.
Because I know the film comes out, well, over here anyway, in April.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, really soon. I'm sure it was April anyway. I'm going to double check, but...
That'd be a nice little early birthday present.
I'm sure it'll be close together anyway.
Yeah, but I had Lego City Undercover on the Wii U, and that was quite fun. But that had it was open world. It was like Lego GTA, basically. That was actually quite fun.
I see a lot of people talk highly of it as well.
Yeah, it's a really decent game. Like the story is pretty bland, but just in terms of fun, and it just puts you in a sandbox where you can do so much. You can do what you want. Like you can steal someone's wheelchair and like get chased by the police with it.
Sounds fun.
Which is pretty insane for a kids game. But yeah, before that, I had the Star Wars Lego games on what did I have them on? Xbox 360, and I picked up the Batman and Indiana Jones ones really, really cheap, and played a little bit of them. But I think the thing with those games, you've got to be really, really into like the universe or the series or the franchise to really want to play it or enjoy it. Because one thing I really want them to do, and I'm sure I've said this to you before, I know they got it in Lego Dimensions, but if they were to do a fully fledged Simpsons Lego game, I think that would be awesome. Something along the lines of the Simpsons Hit and Run, where it's this sort of open world game. You can get into cars and just drive about, switch between multiple characters, multiple cars, do something that's sort of mission based in the sandbox environment. I think that would be really cool, personally.
I think that'd be a very good idea. I mean, we definitely have the Simpsons part in Lego Dimensions, if I'm not wrong. But it would be good to have like a full feature game. Yeah,
that's what I was saying about Lego Dimensions. But it seems, I don't know the finer details about it, but it seems like such an expensive ordeal, that game. We got like Doctor Who and other parts of it. But even if I just wanted to play the Simpsons one, I think by the time you bought the game and the set, it's like an expansion pack, I guess. It works out quite expensive. I'd just rather like a full game to pay £40 or £50 for. Because Hit and Run was awesome. You had Hit and Run.
Right? Love Hit and Run.
Even Road Rage was good. It was just a rip-off of Crazy Taxi. But
can't take Hit and Run seriously. You got to keep kicking Millhouse.
Oh, yeah.
You got to crash your car into every single thing you can.
Yeah, just even how cheesy it was, like the dialogue, and there was so many references to like obviously a TV show, but like loads of different episodes and specific things that maybe even happened in one episode, but so many references, and it was so detailed and charming as well. But
I loved it.
It was wacky at the same time, absolutely wacky. So hopefully we'll get something like that in my dreams.
I was saying, I don't think I ever remembered finishing it. I got quite far into it, but I don't think I ever finished it.
I think I got right near the end as well.
Well, if the Wii U starts putting GameCube games on the eShop, there's one right there for you. Right off the bat, I'd buy it. Wow, I think I've got it. Oh no, I've got it on PlayStation 2. Yeah, I could give it another go. But no, have we got any other games coming out? I keep trying to think during this recording. I'm trying to... I don't know, Kimishima's already said that this year there's a lot of unannounced 3DS titles to come out, which is good.
Yeah, which is strange. Going back to, I think it was the podcast we did last, where we talked about what necessarily the NX is going to be in terms of being rumoured to be a hybrid, half handheld, and then links up to a console and your TV. And we were discussing how the 3DS is going to possibly suffer because of it, and to me that brings it sort of at crossroads, the little debate. If what he is saying is true, and there is plenty of big 3DS games coming, which I hope there is, because I love the 3DS, and it would make it into a really, really interesting situation if suddenly in June we had loads of 3DS games announced and the NX hopefully revealed properly. It would make a good end to the year if a lot of them came out later in the year.
Is there any titles you're hoping will be announced for this year?
What, for the 3DS?
Yeah.
I don't know what else they can really do on it. Obviously, Yokai Watch finally coming to Europe.
Give it to us.
Yeah. What else can they do with a 3DS? Pokemon Z?
Which we will get this year. We all know it. It's the worst kept secret.
Handheld Pokemon Snap.
Yeah, I could see it. The gyro and whatnot. I think it'll work.
I really don't know. You've really put me on the spot here.
Hey, you put me on the spot earlier about the whole financial charts and whatnot, okay? This is my turn to be in the driving seat.
Do you reckon Pikmin 4 could be on the 3DS?
Oh, I think I can only see it on home console. I wouldn't rule it out, but personally, I think I can only see it on the home console.
The only thing actually I can think of, but I don't know if it'll happen. The one thing I think the 3DS is missing is a back to roots traditional 2D Metroid game. But I don't think it'll happen because of this Federation Force stuff, unless they are going to do it.
Maybe.
And go for it. But I really think the 3DS is so underappreciated in terms of its library. I was reading this article and watched this video today, and even looking at my games now, there is so many good stuff on there. So much good stuff, sorry. I clicked on a link yesterday to the article. It was an IGN top 25, and every game is just, not necessarily all of them are my cup of tea, but all of them are serious quality. I mean, 25th on there was Yokai Watch, and it went up from there. So that's a decent game in itself.
I'd love to give my impressions of the game if it came out in Europe.
Yeah, right. Well, I arm wrestled Reggie, and he said it will come out in the summer.
Thank you, Reggie. I know it's not going to happen, especially on handheld, but I'd like to see another Mario Strikers game. I know it's not obviously the most in-demand game amongst fans, but I think good online on the 3DS, it could work. Can't see why not.
You've got the Olympics, Mario vs. Sonic coming out on 3DS and Wii U this year in the summer, I believe.
I'll contain my excitement.
Yeah, but I think I'm sure I've said this to you at one point, not on a podcast, but I think with the Mario sports series, I suppose, with the tennis and strikers, golf, I think they should just, whether it's 4-in-1, 5-in-1, 3-in-1, should make a game titled something like Mario Sports Collection. But you can play tennis, you can do football, and you can do golf. Say them three.
As full games.
Yeah, and that's, you pay the full price game to get them. I mean, look at how bad Mario Tennis is it Open, the new one's called? I can't remember at all. So the latest Mario Tennis has done pretty awful, and it looks pretty awful. Like, if they just spent a bit more time into putting this collection together, where you're going to get a lot more life out of something like that, where it's essentially 3-in-1, and there's going to be online play and stuff like that. I think that would be really cool, where you had a choice between 3, 4, or 5 different sports, and they all had their little mini games that made them really Nintendo like they always do, which made them fun. Because I've really enjoyed myself. Like Mario Strikers, I think was really good on the GameCube, and the Wii one was all right too, actually. But I just don't think, even if they announce one similar to them today, I don't think many people would be willing to pay £40 or £50 for it. I know I wouldn't.
Oh, I don't know. It depends on the quality.
Yeah.
Because when I was looking at Mario Tennis, despite the reviews, I had no way to justify spending a full price game on it. But when you was going back to when you was talking about the sports collection, because I remembered obviously we had one for the Wii called Mario Sports Mix, which had 5 sports. I think it's 4 sports. It was volleyball, dodgeball, hockey, and basketball. And I don't know if they were full game. I don't know if they were just mini games, all making into one big package. But I can see what you mean, though. Do a game such as that, but have more of a full game for each sport. Yeah,
because Mario Golf on the GameCube was brilliant. So was Mario Tennis on the N64, and even the GameCube one was good. Mario Strikers, like I just said, they've been really good games, but I just don't see them in today's sort of market. I don't think you can really put them out and expect them to do too well. I think why not make a nice package of it?
I would say Mario Kart being the exception, but that
is different completely.
Yeah, you can't put it down to these. It's a different league, isn't it? In a way, that game, people think Mario Kart is just a fun multiplayer game. It has been for generations now. So that will automatically pique interest. Now, I'll say Mario Strikers as the example, it's not exactly a household title, is it?
No, it's like Mario and Sonic at the Olympics. I don't know how many different events it has on it, whether it's 10 or 20. But it's like, you wouldn't ever imagine them just releasing a game called Mario Sonic at the Olympics 100 meters sprint, and then Mario Sonic at the Olympics swimming event. There would never be standalone games, would there? It's this bundle and collection of essentially mini games, but it's a collection of different little experiences that tie into this one game that makes an overall experience and package that is, whatever it is. Mario Sonic is, people like it. They've sold decently in the past. So if you're into that, it's cool because you get this little collection of things. You're not tied into just this one sport, especially with like the latest Mario Tennis. Probably about 2 modes on there, or 3 different modes. There's really not a lot of content on there at all. And I just think there's no excuse for it, really. I know they were rushing it out, apparently. The developer were getting rushed by Nintendo to do it. But
now, also on the subject of Olympics and Mario Strikers, isn't football an Olympic sport?
Yeah.
Put football in the Olympics. Bugger it,
Yes.
It's better than half the crap you get in Mario Sonic games. But yeah. There you go. Pop football in there. Make one fan happy here. And release Yokai Watch. That's it. That's all I'm asking for. I'm not asking for much, apparently. I don't know. Well.
So for this section, I thought I would close the podcast with a little, not necessarily a debate, but a little question for you.
Are we going to fight? Is this what it's all leading up to? We're going to have a fight.
Maybe we feel the same about it. So, Mario 64 or Mario Galaxy?
Easy.
Easy?
Yeah. Mario Galaxy. Easy. Mario Galaxy didn't have a shoddy camera. Then come on, which one would you pick then?
Well,
is it easy for you, or is it a bit more?
It's hard for me because I love them both for different things. Obviously, what you just said about the camera, Mario 64 is, yeah, I agree. But then it's over 10 years older.
Just to stop 1 second, do we just hear your dog in the background bark?
Yeah.
Well, we obviously know his opinions of Mario 64.
Yeah, see? He was like, yeah, I agree. But, so, Mario 64 obviously is older and a bit clunkier. And, obviously you can say it's not as visually impressive, but...
that's just the time, I guess.
Yeah, and you got the nostalgia factor. But, see, for me, it's a really weird and difficult decision because I really love both of them, but for slightly different reasons. Like, I love the level design in both of the games, but for different reasons, because Mario Galaxy just gets absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, it does.
But I love 64s where they're just fairly small and enclosed, but all of them, or the majority of them at least, are so different. You've got like a clock that you're inside of. You're on a flying carpet on a rainbow for other ones. You're spinning Bowser around by his tail.
And that's before I've taken shrooms.
Yeah, exactly. That's before the pills have kicked in.
Yeah.
I just like the variety of the stages on 64. Not saying Galaxy didn't have it, but obviously where it's all sort of in space. Some of them obviously go outside that when you get on different planets and stuff. But
I do feel like the variety of levels, like you were saying, in Mario 64 stand out more than Galaxy.
Yeah, because
I'll give Mario 64 that. But to me, Galaxy just outshines it. The soundtrack is... I don't think, off the top of my head, I can think of a better soundtrack.
What, for a game? Ever?
Yeah, better than Galaxy.
So I think the quality of it, where it's all orchestrated and recorded... they recorded the orchestra. It's not MIDI or anything like that. Like 64 obviously was. It's hard where nostalgia gets in the way. I think there's a lot of memorable tunes from 64. I couldn't sit here and hum one from Mario Galaxy, which is really weird. I'll probably do the theme, like the
menu.
Yeah. That that
Yeah,
one.
I know. Yeah,
But
I was going to do it. I was just too afraid to do it, so I'm glad you did it.
I was afraid your pitching would be off. Yeah, I think Mario 64 I can remember more, but then that might just be the nostalgia thing where I can remember more songs from Ocarina of Time. I can remember more from Pokemon Red and Blue. That's just how brain works, I guess. From being a kid, they're just like submerged into your brain forever. But yeah, I do really, really love both games. I think without getting onto another little topic that we've covered before, but a Mario Galaxy 3 on the NX would be so goddamn awesome.
Hell yeah.
I don't even care.
We'll hold out for it.
I don't even care if it's just like the same stuff or if it's just Mario Galaxy HD on the Wii U. I'll take that. I probably prefer 3.
I don't know how you do the click and point actions. I don't know how you do that on a controller-based game, but if they're smart eggs over at Nintendo, they know what they're doing sometimes.
If they did number 3, do you mean?
Well, if we'll get a remake 1 and 2, and I assume they would implement the same sort of things into 3, well, who knows?
Yeah, they're doing it at Twilight Princess, aren't they? That had lots of waggle.
No, I suppose, yeah, analog sticks and whatnot.
Yeah, that Twilight Princess had loads of waggle, like everything from the sword to fishing, and you had to like pull it up really quick.
We do love a good waggle.
And the aiming of the bow and arrow and the slingshot and all that.
You did really well to not giggle then. I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
So, have you made your mind up then? Mario 64 or Galaxy? So I'd say Galaxy any day.
Galaxy's the better game, but I prefer 64.
Because it has a special place in your heart.
That, and I go back and play them both, but I think I would probably, in 50 years, I would probably play 64. I would probably put more hours into 64 in my lifetime, depending on how long I
soppy
live.
Little bitch.
But I love them both.
But fair enough. No, I understand why. It does make sense.
But then no sunshine.
Yeah. Moving on quickly.
Goddamn sunshine.
I don't want this podcast to go on for another hour. I've got to go out at some point today. I've got to pretend to have a life outside of this podcast.
Yeah, we'll finish this podcast here. Go outside, have a good time.
Get some fresh air.
Get some fresh air, clear your mind, play some pool, socialise with people, and don't know.
Start saying our goodbyes now, I guess.
Alright, let's fade out into the distance and wave goodbye.
Thanks everybody for listening if you have listened.
Thank you for listening again. You can find this podcast at YouTube or on SoundCloud.
We're on YouTube now.
Yeah, we are.
Hey.
You can also find our Twitter page at Nintendogram Podcast. It has changed, so that was not a mistake. It's changed in the Nintendogram Podcast, not just Nintendogram UK. It is now a Nintendogram Podcast for the 4th and final time.
Say it one more time.
Nintendogram Podcast.
Twitter. Oh, and there's a Tumblr page.
Yes, there is a Tumblr page at nintendogram.tumblr.com.
Woo! All right then. Thanks, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Have a beautiful time.